Yes, people, it's Packetson, and welcome back to the trading channel, mate. Yeah? There's not really much going on, to be fair. We had a proper shitty week. Proper shitty week. Look, I never said I was good at fucking trading, yeah? Well, maybe I did. Yeah. We're doing alright. It could be a lot worse, but it was a bad week. It sort of just feels like 2 steps forward, 1 step back at the moment. That's what keeps happening. So we're down this week, but it's not substantial, right? So let me just show you. It makes it a lot easier if you get to see it visually, right? So we've had a losing week, but we've learned some lessons. So let's go over them lessons, mate. If you're following, we was up to about $900, yeah? We're now back down to about $600, okay? So this is what the week looked like here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, break even. So, Monday, losing trade. Tuesday, losing trade. Wednesday, break even and a losing trade. So as you can imagine, by Wednesday I was like, shit, we're going to be back to break even before you know it. But then I had this monumental trade here for almost $500. Basically writ off 2 of the losses. So I was over the moon with that. Let's quickly go over the trades and why they were shit and why they were good and whatnot. Okay, so let's start with the 11th. I've marked them all out just to make life easier. Okay. So the 11th, if I remember rightly, were at all-time highs. So my motto with all-time highs is you don't short them. Yeah? Always go long on all-time highs. Okay? Because the more people try to short, the more the fire gets fueled, right? And it just keeps on fucking popping. But anyway, it was obviously time for a break, and we did start to drop. Anyway, I was looking for any excuse to join the fucking trend, basically. Yeah? So, at market open, we had a massive spike up. I'm talking 300 points. Yeah? It really was oversold at this point. So I was looking for any opportunity to jump on the train. I found this lovely reversal candle here, and I basically went long above the break of it. Okay? As you can see, it was short-lived, and we got stopped out around here for about 300 squid, right? Now, with trends, it's a little bit different, but it's not a good trade. And it's not a good trade because there's no support here to justify the trade, right? There's nothing here to justify it. Usually, even on a trend, when I'm trying to jump on a trend, there still needs to be some form of support here, right? And there wasn't. So therefore, it wasn't good enough to take the trade. And I lost the fucking trade. So what we can learn from this one is don't be a cunt and be patient and wait for a better trade. Because look, this here is actually a nice trade. This short here. Because we have all this resistance here. We have a false breakout. There's so many names for it. Liquidity sweep, liquidity grab. Tom Hugard calls it the fishing technique. It's also a false breakout. Closed on its lows. That was a nice shorting opportunity. I took a shit trade and I lost. And that's that really. The next day was also the Dow. So at the moment I'm following a rule and I only take 1 trade a day. Unless it's a break-even trade, I get to take another trade. I might eventually change that to 2 trades a day. But for now, we're okay. Look, this trade here actually isn't too bad. Sometimes your strategy, no matter how good it is, or how clean the setup is, you can still lose, okay? So we have this resistance here, okay? We have, I'll try to show you a line. You can use a box, you can use a line, doesn't really matter. That's a shitty line. Right, resistance, breaks out resistance, comes back, creates support here, here, and then what do we have? This is the overnight lows as well, always key areas. And we have a trade here about half 10 in the morning. I shouldn't really trade at half 10 in the morning, it never really works out. And then we have this lovely reversal candle here. then we have another lovely reversal candle here. I bought the break of this here. I think, if I remember rightly, roughly around there, or the break of that one. It was all rejecting here, as you can see. Yeah, it's like four quadruple bottom, you could say. Micro bottom, that is. I bought the break here. Oh, this ain't the futures. Don't worry. Anyway, I bought around here. It was either here or here. And anyway, obviously, it would have been an amazing trade. I'm so fucking... I hate seeing that shit. It really gets me aggressive. I bought there. I got stopped out here because I moved my stop loss up too early because I'm a pussy, right? I just didn't think about it. Like, there can always be a retest, yeah? You can be up in profit, come back, retest. It's such a strong support that I should have left my stop loss here, okay? But I moved it up to about here, got stopped out, and guess what? I became liquidity. I hate being liquidity. Yeah? That just means you're a pussy. I know you don't know what you're doing, right? Stopped out, and then look what happened. Phew. So it was actually a good trade. There's nothing wrong with it. I just lost it because my risk management was poor. Okay. Anyway. Third losing trade. We had one break-even trade. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll go through the losing trade. So, there's lots of reasons why I shouldn't have taken this. Okay, so firstly, we have a very major resistance here. Dun, 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 dun. Just constant resistance at this level, yeah? Constant. It's a very strong resistance. Okay? So really, it's like almost like a major top on a lower time frame perspective. Okay, so what I did is it broke out. Obviously, it hit resistance. That would have been a nice... I'll show you in a sec. We come back down to this level here, where we had a double top, yeah? And I was looking for a long, thinking, oh, maybe it's going to come back up and retest it, which is fine, I guess. I think it's valid. I don't think it's that bad. I had 60 points I could have made if that had shot up back to old resistance, right? It did. Look, it does eventually come back up to that level, right? But it just wasn't ready to do so. It wanted to make a new low first. And then it would make that. You see what I'm saying? So you'd need a massive stop loss for that ever to work, which you wouldn't do because the risk profile would be horrendous. So anyway, you know what I like? Reversal candle. False breakout, came down here, closed on its highs. I bought the break of that candle, basically. Pretty basic stuff. Came to here, short-lived, boom. Got stopped out. Was it a good trade? I potentially would take that again. I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, look, we made a high. I think the only thing is it's such a strong resistance. It was more likely the price was going to drop more. But look, at the end of the day, if it came back down, reversed, came back up, I'd have been like, yeah, I'm a great trader. That's a great trade. Sometimes it's just not going to work out, right? That's how I look at that. Anyway, fuck me. So that's 3 losing days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we made a load of money back on Thursday, which I'll quickly show you now. So this was my $500 trade. Okay, lots of things to talk about here, really. This is the pre-market lows. The US would call it the overnight lows. There's a couple different levels here, right? So we either have this here. This is the demand. Is it the supply zone? Whatever. So we've got price point here, price point here, price point here, price point here. Yeah, support and resistance. However you want to fucking call it. Okay, we also have a very nice price point here, right? Around that. You could draw a box, right? It'd be the same thing. Some people like to draw boxes. I don't bother with it, but it would be something like, you know, that would be like your demand zone. Yeah, something like that. It's sort of irrelevant right now. This was the key area, and this was also the key area. There was 2 key areas, and it sort of hit both areas for me. So both of them are valid trades, but it's one trade. It's hard to explain what I mean. So this is a key area. So what we had is a breakout from that area. We came all the way down. We came back up. I'm struggling to I'm struggling to explain it, right? Because it sounds just retarded. I see it in my head, but you might be thinking that's fucking dumb, bruv. It's not. We have this key area here, okay, and it fully breaks out. It bleeds it, mate. It comes back up to that price point, reverses, closes on its lows. That's what I'm seeing in my head here, right? So I shorted here. The break of this candle, I shorted it to about here. Made about 50, 60 points, yeah? It was 2 Dow contracts, so it was $10 per point. So I made $500. So yeah, about 50 points, right? Maths. Yeah, so to me in my head, that's a nice trade and it looks clean. But there's 2 different support and resistances there in my head. But it's almost like a correlation. Yeah, I'm looking for a correlation. I'm looking for something to... Is correlation the right word? No. Confluence. It's like a confluence. Added confluence to make it even stronger. It rejected that level and it rejected that level. Basically is what I'm trying to say. Fuck me. I've been waffling, mate. So that's the end. It's a losing week, but not by massive. Now, there's lots of things to look at here. It's like, bruv, you've been doing this challenge for 41 days and you've only made $600. Correct. Correct. Not great. Firstly, I'm doing this alongside a 9 to 5 job. I'm not just sat here trading all day, right? That's one thing. Secondly, I'm only doing 1 trade a day at the moment, so that restricts me in regards to making money. Also helps with me not losing money. Look, I was emotional after them days of losing, so I could have revenge traded and blown my account. The majority of traders wouldn't be able to hold on for 40 days. They would have blown their account by now. So you've got to look at that as a positive, right? We've still taken no drawdown on the account. So say, for example, I had actually invested 50 grand, I'd still be up money and I haven't even lost a penny, right? I'd still be up $700. I'd still be up $600 in 40 days. That's a nice return on your money, isn't it? I'm still following my rules. And shit happens sometimes. You lose money, but we're up. And before you know it, we're going to hopefully pass the account. I'm predetermined and convinced I'm going to pass this account. It's just taking time, that's all. This is the best I've ever traded, believe it or not. The negatives that I take from this is... obviously don't take poor setups. But we're only human, sometimes it happens. And my risk profile, I do need to take larger profits probably. Because at the moment, I'm a break-even trader in a sense, yeah? I'll win a week, I'll lose a week. I'll win a week, I'll lose a week. So that's why it's so slow right now. I understand I'm waffling and it's probably not coming out that clear. But basically, stay positive, keep doing what you're doing. Clearly something's working, right? But it's not perfect, basically, is what I'm getting at. So what my take from this week mostly is let your profits run and don't be a pussy. Stick to your plan. All right, and that's it. I'm going to go, lads. See you later.